Hi there, folks. I'm sorry for being, well, okay, I'm not late this time, so that doesn't count. So, yeah, but I'm not so well, cause I'm cold, I sneezing, have some kind of flu whatsoever, yeah. But I try to recover myself as much as I can. Even if I have to deal with this today, and yeah, I'm not happy with it. Well, but that's the time, so I won't give up anyway to just erase this kind of, I don't know, infection or whatsoever. I feel violated by the virus, of course. And don't get me wrong, I'm talking about COVID 19. Even if I had it early on Mars this year, even if I don't tell my family about that I got COVID, that's not important. What is important anyway is that I do my best to be careful. So yeah, that's the thing. And you maybe wonder, why do I not cover about Doug Wilson? Well, I'm sorry. Like I said, I need time. And yeah, I had a lot of things in front of me, and there is a lot of things I try. Okay, that's my excuse. I had a lot of things to do. In the same time, I have to deal with everything issue here in my home whatsoever. So yeah, there is a lot of things to think about. But that doesn't mean that I have quit thinking about Doug Wilson. I will cover him, but I can't promise then I will. But I'm thinking also that instead for just talk for over 1 hour, I can try to shrink it from maybe a half hour or maybe smaller. Cause every time when I cover something, of course, there will always be something. You maybe remember all of those videos I had early about um, Red Pill and MGTOW. I think it was maybe around 20 minutes. That was okay. Then we had the masculinity. That was maybe too much. Uh, I think it was 46 minutes if I remember. Then we have about James Travel as I cover for over 1 hour. If I believe it. If I remember it really. I think so. I'm not so sure. I don't remember. And then we have submission, as I covered so long, over 1 hour, as I remember. Now, don't get me wrong. Every time when I go into the source, there will always be something in middle time. So that's the reason to why I maybe do what I do. So yeah, I'm sorry again. However, guys, I want to cover up about one particular thing. And as you know, I hate pornographic and every kind of porn whatsoever. The only excuse I maybe can do is food or whatsoever, blah blah blah. Uh, as I said, I hate porn, and there is only one thing who's still making my head boiling on other hands. You maybe have heard about the story about Rule 34. Well, okay. I'm not so sure if you women have maybe heard about that, but I know that few of your men have done that. So what you ever do, please stop praising that side. That side is really an enemy of our own childhood and teenhood. So yeah, you should never ever giving any thumb up to those idiots in the site. That people can freely do some stupid art on nudity on our favorites from the past, from our childhood and our teenhood and our adulthood, of course. When I say adulthood, well, think again. What exactly did we watch early? What are we all actually watching today? Well, it could be anything. It could be someone from 70. It could be someone on 80. It could be someone on 90. It could be someone on 2000. It could be someone in 2010 and up, of course. And then 2020 and up. And now in 2022. A lot of material of nudity on our own favorite we had since we were children, since we were teens. Okay, perhaps few of you are teens today, as you hear, maybe. Whatever you do, stay away from the sites, so please. I know women, of course, I don't have to say it twice to you because you always staying away from it. But to you men, you don't. That's the worst thing. Because that's the thing of temptation whatsoever. But I say, if you really feel that, please stay away from it. So that's what I'm begging for. However, this kind of sickness thing, who literally destroying our own mind and all of it, really exists. But I remember past time there were a hacker who literally removed everything from a site, cancelled the site itself, and I was embraced for it, cause I had some classmates who were oh sorry, I was distracted, so yeah, I'm back again. What I tried to say is I had a classmate who had a friend who actually were deleting sites, different websites, by hacking in their system and just delete it. And I was surprised that he did it. Well, I don't know if this is he or she. I never asked it. But here's the thing. The person on the hands referred to call, should I say sklim, slur, hen perhaps? Yeah, kind of. A gender neutral way to say, without to say he or she. But I was in early 2000 as I remember. And that hacker, well, I don't know what site, I don't remember the name of the site, but in the past, as I remember, there were a browser who called itself Alta Vista. But that was in the past. And I had few classmates who literally made fun of few of us who didn't like to see something like that. Well, I had my issue. I didn't like it. I couldn't stand of it whatsoever. And yeah, the worst part was that I showed that I didn't like um, sex education. It was more like the enemy of me, if I may say it. Well, here came the truth. I despised sex education when I was young. Because well, okay, not because I'm a religious guy. Uh-oh. Uh, I couldn't just stand it because I was thinking, why in the world would young people who are maybe just teenager, it doesn't matter if that person is 13 or up till 15 or maybe 18 whatsoever. That was the only time I started to question. This kind of education should actually only come to the adults. Why couldn't they just wait with that? But instead, teenagers learn about that in early time and start to make all those gross noses whatsoever. But I understand the scientists maybe wanted us to learn it too early. But I don't think it was the seller point. I think the seller point was that giving teenager a freedom of, well, I don't remember exactly what to call it. But I think it had everything with the 60s to do when you wanted to have the rights over your own body, kind of. When we had a bunch of, I don't know, often we know that Christian nationalists or whatsoever religion always cover up all of those things by saying, you shall submit to the religion and the scholar setting, kind of. And that was the mistake from those guys, the gullible suckers who literally saying a lot. And that time when the freedom came, each and any teenager started to have sex with each other. Oh, wait, what am I saying? Sex always exists among teenagers in generation for those who didn't take care of themselves, who didn't being careful, yet they actually tried anyway. The only sad fact was that many girls took the blame from the parents. Often. Sometimes boys did it too, but that depending when the parents find out that the boy had a sex with a girl. So each and any of them come up with a solution. Few of them maybe will embrace the pregnancy, while other will um, scapegoat the woman and the baby and yeah, the pregnancy whatsoever. Then we had a third party who maybe say, well, you should take care of your child because this is your responsibility. I don't have any cash to give you medical treatment by taking abort whatsoever. Or the fourth is, well, you should have think about that because now you have to take care of the baby because that's what the religion's saying. And then we have the fifth one maybe saying, my daughter, you can do whatever you want. You decide. I go behind you. I mean, I stand behind you and I will always support you, kind of. And whatsoever, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now you hear me why I actually extract from the red, um, what should I say? I wasn't supposed to talk about otherwise than the problematic thing I was supposed to do. You see, that's exactly what I'm saying. It comes up from nowhere that I want to discuss and then go to another clue whatsoever. Yeah, you hear me. That's why. But as I said earlier about my classmate, We were actually borrowing the computer somewhere in the classroom. We're showing a lot of nudity picture. First reel, we were discussed. We don't say it was wrong about women, no. But we were afraid for being something we was never supposed to be. Because no matter what, you wanted to do the right thing. I mean, I was told already about the bad thing in early time. That's why I was always afraid. You may have heard about cognitive discipline something. Cognitive distancing, I think so. When you fear about the God who maybe will strike you down because of whatsoever will come to you, that's the thing who maybe made me think twice that I didn't want to see anything. Because if I ever see that, there will be a problem. Then I have a sin as I have to, I don't know. Sometimes people always asking uh, the prophet to uh, take the apology whatsoever. But me, well, I repenting myself, but not by asking forgiveness exactly. More like paying my debt by whipping myself in the back and then asking forgiveness. That's how I do, because I don't want to owe the prophet or God anything. That's my thing. Alright, like I said, this erotical thing created by artists who actually creating their own imagination about porn whatsoever. They couldn't care less about the character itself. They only care about what they sexualize in, and that's the only thing who actually should be struck it down. Something we should actually go against to, because none of us want to go there. You maybe will see it somewhere, I don't know. But I don't like the idea when they actually come up with it at all. It is too much in my case. I have always despised all of this kind of pornographic, but now as I know, and yeah, before you may be blaming me why I actually have going against sex education, no, I haven't seen sex education and porn as one, no. I know already the difference between sex education and porn, which I'm very happy that I don't have to think twice. I learned already that in the young age. So yeah, I'm not blind. However, porn is really destructive, very disgusting, and that's the thing. As we need to annihilate, make sure that we can live in a porn-free world. No more porn, no more disgusting picture whatsoever. Fine, I can say one thing. The person who may be writing something nudity for himself, fine. Then make sure it is the original one as he created in his mind, but never the character as we shared as a children who wanted to see our favorites at all. And that's the only thing we need to make sure that we can cancel it together, because there is a lot of other artists out there who actually have no mind to ever think about how we actually want our idol saved. I don't want anything destroyed at all. But I want at least every porn, every hentai, every other site destroyed. That's the only thing I would enjoy in my fucking life. Yeah, that's what I would actually like. Well, and that's up to each and anyone because I would love if there were some hackers who were out there and deleted the site without to ever have anyone around there, meaning there will be no one who will bothering if hentai would
Not.
exist. Besides, I believe that the hacker really will do that for someday. If that would maybe happening, and maybe the owner of Rule 34 may be going to, well, try to report you. Except that if you are really good, no one will ever find you, of course. But that means you will actually have a better time yourself. Because I don't think the court would ever support Rule 34 at all. No, that would maybe be dismissed. Because whatsoever reputation those moron had for all the time. And yeah, they are the cost of pain, at least when it comes to few of us. I mean, there's a lot of things to dig in, which I'm not doing, but I know how many things in our childhood, teenhood, adulthood, and perhaps even many retirees actually enjoy. And I hope that we all can maybe come together and strike against Rule 34 and all of the similar sites. And yeah, one more thing when it comes to pornographic, I hope the government changes that too, so it will be impossible to visit any site uh, at once. It means that a company will lose views and watcher, and the company will be forced to close down the site. But your more visit the site will have, your more money will that owner keep uh, making. And that's the biggest problem in my world because I don't like it at all. Not at all. I despise when it comes to it. However, that's exactly what I mean with that. We all have to sit down, talk together, no matter what. And I hope we all can come together, whether we are atheists, religious, feminists, masculists, or whatsoever. Each and any of us shall despise when it comes to pornographic. That's the only thing I would actually say. Yeah, again, I want to apologize, as I said earlier, for all the things when it comes to go to the source and later come into the mind that I'm going to explain a lot of things. That's the only thing, or maybe making me go to another clue that I may be going to accelerate the mind of mindset as I may be seeing it. Because otherwise, that should not be the case at all. And that's something I have to learn. But as I said, I'm just a newbie, so don't be surprised. I only sorry for being a newbie, so yeah. But as I said, I hopefully that we all can come together and delete and remove all the pornographic. I can say one thing. What is important is when it comes to our childhood, teenhood, or whatsoever in the memory we had since we were young or old, we have to take back what is ours and make sure that the artists will know if they ever overcross this part, they should be reported for, well, I don't know what to call it. You maybe have a suggestion. All right. Anyway, if you like what I did it and whatsoever, please subscribe in my channel and click on the notification bells and click a thumb up if you want, or maybe a thumb down. It's up to you. However, I want to thank you everything, and I hope we will see you again. And yes, of course, I told you that I'm going to talk about Dog Wilson, so don't worry. Yeah, I understand. However, have a nice day and take it easy. Bye.